Welcome to our expert talk about customized solution. Leisig is the partner for flat glass processors. Customers are supported by our experts from the very beginning with customized solutions. No matter which challenge our customers are facing, I'm pretty sure Leisig has the answer. Let me first introduce our today's experts. We start with Mr. Christian Kimmeswenger from Automation and Software Department. We have Mr. Michael Palmanshofer here. He is from the Technical Sales Support. Then we have Mr. Harald Scheinhardt, who is responsible for installations and project management. The next gentleman is Mr. Andreas Stöger from the Robotics team. And last but not least, Mr. Matthias Schöbel, who is the product manager for glass logistics. Let's start with my first question. Mr. Schöbel, which challenges of our customers can be solved with our solutions?
Our customers have various different requirements. We have customers who want to extend their existing production plants. We have also customers who want to build on a greenfield a complete production site with full automation or with some manual steps. The challenges within this project are various. A typical challenge is how can the customer increase the productivity by decreasing the manual efforts, which means reducing manual errors by operators, increasing the first-time rate so that the products can be delivered to the final customers on time and in full. These are the main challenges what we are facing with these projects. And with our solutions, we can solve them because we have a very high level of automation and also a fully integrated data model behind the equipment and the software as one package.
Wow, that's quite a long list of challenges. Before taking any challenge, the machines have to be installed, and that's when your team comes into play. Mr. Scheinhardt, give us an idea. How is a Leisig project structured?
A project consists of a project core team and extended team. Both teams are led by the project manager. The core team as well as the extended team can have up to 7 members of different departments. The core team has mainly members from the coordination installation, from the automation, from engineering, from software side. And the extended team, they have members from purchasing, intralogistics, from the sales management, and so on. All of this is actually very important for the project manager to guarantee a smooth process and that he can guide the project through the defined timeline by having frequently so-called project control meetings. Once a month, we have the steering committee meeting where he reports to the top management of Leisig Austria.
Well, that sounds very structured and very efficient. Next one is for you, Mr. Palmanshofer. How does Leisig proceed if a customer plans to expand, convert, or build a new glass factory?
Well, we as industrial planners understand factory planning to be a holistic, goal-oriented procedure. Holistic means that we analyze your current production because we know each company, each environment is different. With this outcome, we define your future goals together, consider the available space, material flow, processes, and design a layout. Yeah. The Leisig team has decades of planning competence with the complete overview of all product areas, from loading to cutting, sorting, processing, tempering, laminating glass or insulating glass production, and offshore from the bottom to the top the software, and not forget is the integration of third-party machines. Yeah.
You said Leisig has planning competence of all product areas for the glass factory. How does this look in action?
Well, the Leisig planning team and the specialists for every product area are physically based in one office location. These specialists are networking with our branch offices and customers around the globe. With this 360-degree overview, we know how the market in the world is developing or changing. This knowledge is essential to support our customer in the best way.
That's very interesting. We talked about planning or the planning phase itself. That's my next question will approach the project management team. When does a project manager get involved into a LISEC project?
Once the contract has been signed, the sales manager organizes the handover to the project manager, and from there on he does the planning, the organization, and has the full control and responsibility of the project. For every single project we nominate a project manager who will be the one face to our customer and will handle the project in a most professional and efficient way.
So that's how you set up your project structure, but how does communication to the customer work?
Yeah, the project manager, he creates a communication plan where it is precisely defined who talks or communicates with whom. The customer on the other side also nominates a person in charge who will be the direct contact for our project manager. And on top of that, we have an escalation plan which avoids that situations are getting out of control. Members of the escalation level is the upper management from the customer side as well from the LISEC side.
Thanks for those insights into project management. Back to planning. Mr. Palmanshofer, what is the most important thing in your opinion when planning a new system?
Oh, well, there are many things that have to be taken into account, but at the end it's always about the system delivering the performance for which it was designed. This we make measurable in 3 key figures. First key figure is the availability of the system, how steady the plant is working. The second is the level of performance in which time a product can be produced, the so-called cycle time, and the third one is the quality which the product is manufactured on the machine. Yeah, well, and these 3 essential key figures must be considered when planning the system or when designing the performance for a glass factory.
But how can LISEC validly know the productivity of a new system during the planning phase?
LISEC has installed over 100 of sorting systems, 2,600 cutting machines, and as many insulating glass lines around the globe. First, we know our system from field, where we use real data from field tests. Also mathematical calculations or simulations come into question. And additionally, every new system is tested, optimized, and approved by us. Finally, the outcome flow back into the next planning. So you see also for layout designing, we use a continuous improvement process.
Thanks very much. So let's jump into software and automation. Mr. Kiemeswenger, can LISEC support its customers in optimizing workflows?
Yes, we can support in this regard. LISEC is not only a provider for complete solutions, but we also have extensive expertise in analyzing workflows in the glass processing industry. The main causes of efficiency losses are as following. Over time, machinery is modified and the product mix can also change. What is often neglected is that this also requires an adaptation of the associated processes. A rethinking and adaptation of the previous work processes is often neglected. Another important issue is certainly that software solutions are constantly evolving, but employees remain at the level of the initial commissioning. Another point is that the work preparation does not react properly, so changed situations and therefore disadvantages arise in the production flow. Another cause is that recuts are made too late, which in the worst case endangers the delivery date. Furthermore, the organization and work processes for remnant blades are often unfavorably solved. In all cases, this means that existing possibilities are not used and potential lies fallow. This is exactly where we want to support our customers. We know these causes of problems and their triggers from our own glass processing company, Glastech. In our own company, as well as with our customers, we repeatedly find that period readjustment of the processes is sensible and necessary.
Wow, that's quite a bunch of details, but in general, what does this specifically mean for Lysec customers?
To be able to optimize the processes of the organization or production, this means in specific terms that we break them down into their individual parts in order to identify the possible potential. In doing so, we use the internal communication of our machines. You could also say that our machines talk to us, meaning that they communicate all data to us during operation. With our analysis tool and the involvement of our experts, we can make well-founded statements about where there is unused potential. In summary, we can say that we have extensive knowledge about optimal work processes, that we can offer the customer well-founded evaluations of process analysis, and that Lysec is able to show the customer solutions so that existing potential can be used successfully.
Okay. Commissioning, that's kind of the crucial thing during project management. How can a fast commissioning be ensured?
In the case of system or machine combinations that have already been delivered to our customers several times, we have the experience that what is necessary to carry out a successful commissioning. In order to guarantee this, the know-how is prepared by our experts and passed on to Lysec employees, as well as to the customer's employees by our training department. But that's not all. Lysec machines are subject to an ongoing improvement process. This is very important to us. We want to deliver the quality that the customer can rightly expect. So it happens regularly that a new combination of machine is used, or maybe new software functions are delivered. New development is part of the order, or new requirements are placed on existing systems. In order to ensure an efficient system handover, in those cases as well, such a system is first installed in our company. Our claim is that our machines leave our factory 100% functional, even in those cases. Our goal and claim is that our machines can be handed over to the contractor as agreed. Furthermore, we also can carry factory commissioning at the customer's request.
Thank you. Last question for you. You said the machines are pre-installed before they are delivered to the customer. In a nutshell, what are the advantages of a factory commissioning for our customers?
The advantages for the customer are very clear. A shorter and more favorable commissioning phase. Unexpected problems can be solved earlier, or the training of the operators can already be carried out on their own machine before delivery.
Thank you, Mr. Kimiswenger. Back to Mr. Schöbel. Long time no speak, but now a question for you. Which parts within a plant can be influenced by automation to create benefits for our customers?
Our solutions are influencing the complete workflow of our customers. This starts in the office with the production planning and the simplifying of the processes. So it makes the life easier for the office crew and the customer. Additionally, with the direct integration of the data model with the machines, it helps to directly steer and guide the machines automatically without any further intervention of the operators. So this allows our customers to keep their production pace up, increase the productivity, reduces the error rate, and also make sure that the efficiency of the plant as total is kept to a very high level. Of course, one of the things the customer has to be aware of, that those solutions and those plants are not running by themselves. It's always a very, very strong combination of software solutions, of machine solutions, and also a very good maintenance team of the customer. This is the very, very minimum need for our customers to be successful.
Thanks. Let's stick to automation, and I have two more questions for Mr. Stöger from our robotics team. Is automation at Lysec bought in or planned in-house?
At Lysec, robot and periphery are completely planned, programmed, commissioned and shipped in-house, so that the robot is part of the overall system and is ideally integrated into the process. Trained Lysec technicians will assemble and finally commission the robot directly on site. If there is a service case, your first contact person is at Lysec. In the service center, we check if we can handle the case by ourselves or if we need KUKA. So the customer has to deal only with one contact person in a case of a service event, and all in one solution.
Mr. Stöger, you are working in the field of robotics at Lysec. How is the right robot selected?
We mainly work with KUKA robots because KUKA has an optimal robot portfolio in terms of reach and payloads for our applications. However, that doesn't matter because the most important functions you can select on the Lysec panel. That means the operator does not need any special robot knowledge. With a simulation software, we already perform cycle time analysis, reach analysis and collision checks directly at the planning phase and determine the optimal position of the robot.
So I have no more questions, and therefore thank you, gentlemen, for answering my questions, and thank you for coming up with some very interesting insights, and also to our online guests, thanks for joining us.